Got a question, YouTube. Do you know how to clean cast iron after you're done cooking red beans in it? Go to the Asian store and get you one of these brushes. Alright, I'll let this pot sit overnight. And but because I kept the pot stirred up, it wasn't as dirty as it could have been with stubborn food deposits, you know? And because I take care of my cast iron, it's always going to be a little easier to clean in that regard. And the reason I'm rotating it, because I had a little bit when I reheated some of the beans for brother-in-law and nephew. They had a little bit of stuff that stuck. And look, I may have it all out. It may not look like I'm not doing anything, but I'm using the bristles on this bamboo brush to scrape and to clean. I think I got it all out. But, let's see. Like a glove. All right. We're gonna let that water drain. And tell you what, I'll put some more water in it. And this will be the final little brush. Final brush. Brush the sides all the way around. All right. Tell you a little story about this pot. So back when, probably for a while, I really liked this site, Offer Up, Let Go, and I used to buy stuff on that all the time and sell stuff. But one day I was on it, and I seen this cast iron pot. And I said, man, I like that pot. Let me see what's going on. So I talked to the seller, and he told me, it was like, he said like $20 or something like that. So I was like, I'm on my way. And I got the pot. Now, what's interesting about the pot, tell you what, hang out in the pot for a second. All right. But what's interesting about the pot was, on my job, we actually had a stove in the kitchen, and the pot was the same exact size of the pot that was on my job. And I thought that was so interesting. So one day, the reason I know that is because I brought it to work to season it up and get it going. I brought it to work. And I'm like, this is the same pot I have at the house. So now whenever you heat up cast iron, you want to do it very, very low. You don't want to crank it up on high, but you want to do it nice and low. And that way, it'll properly season. And what I mean by that is, this is just water stains from the water, etc., stuff like that. But you see right here on this little tab, all of them don't have it on Dutch ovens, but on this particular tab, I'm touching this with no problem. So the pot is not hot. So I normally put it on my electric stove. I put it on number 2. And I let it heat up. So I'm gonna let this heat up for like 25 minutes so that the pores of the metal open up. Hang on for a second. And there are 1,030 videos on how to season cast iron. But I'll tell you, I looked at quite a few of them over the years. And until you do it and understand it, you may do it wrong. But I'm going to just give you a few tips about how I do it. So what you want to do, let this thing heat up on a low setting, a low flame. If you have a gas stove, just leave it on a very low flame. You could forget about it, right? But in about 30 minutes time, 25 minutes time, you want to come and you want to touch the top of the pot. Because see, the heat is on the bottom, but as it radiates up the pot, the walls of the pot, when you get to this outer ledge, this is what needs to be hot, because you're seasoning the whole pot with oil. Now, I've used everything, lard, whatever I had. I've used everything, lard, olive oil, canola, vegetable, flaxseed. This is what I currently use, flaxseed. But at the end of the day, the technique is this. You do not need a lot of oil. See this amount of water in this pot? That's about how much of oil I would use. Maybe less than that for this pot. And this is a big pot. I don't remember how many quarts it is, but it says 10 on the bottom. So in the cast iron world, 10 is broken down into quarts. That's what they're saying. Whenever you see a number on cast iron, 8, they're referring to the amount of quarts. And 4 quarts is a gallon. So if this is 10, that means it's 4 plus 4 plus 2. So you have a 2.5 gallon pot. So if it was 8, 4 plus 4 is 8. So that means that is 2 gallons. If it was a 4, it's 1 gallon, right? So that's maybe confusing to some, but just trust me. Now, what you want to do is when this edge of your pot, now if you're using a skillet, it's the same thing. When that edge is hot, after about 20, 25 minutes of sitting on a low flame, then you take and you put a little bit of that oil in the pot, a little bit. And if you're scared about doing a little bit, just put it on a paper towel, just put it on a paper towel and just wipe it. Then what you want to do after that, you want to re-wipe what you've wiped, all right? And once you get the inside done, do the outside, same thing. Wipe it on, wipe it off, Mr. Miyagi style. Wipe it on, wipe it off. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a very thin coat of oil, and that thin coat of oil is what's going to happen. Now, if you ever touch cast iron and it's sticky, that means that when they tried to season it, they had too much of oil. So that oil gets sticky, right? Yeah, we don't want to eat that. But what you want to do is when you season yours, you wait till this pot is hot. The metal opens up, the pores of the metal. Then when you add your oil to it, you wipe the whole pot down. I even wipe down this top ledge, You do all of that. And then you wipe it out. You wipe it out. Now, I'm going to tell you, the best thing I found to use is an old cotton t-shirt. Now, some people are going to say don't do that, but that's fine. Don't do it. An old towel works great as long as it's white. And that's what I found. But if you just got that paper towel money, if you work for Bounty, you're going to use all the paper towels in the world. But they're just not durable, basically. But what I also do is when I put the oil in, see, this is my rag, my towel. It used to be white. but I use it all the time. And I do the outside of the pot with this side. Now you might be seeing all these little fibers. It'll be okay. All right, trust me. All right, you watching my video, trust me. Excuse me, you watching our video, trust me. And I do the outside of the pot with this side. So that's my tip for doing it. Let this get hot. You'll know it when this outer band of the pot is hot. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a short of this pot done, because I don't want to do 2 parts, and I don't want to make this video too long. It's already long enough. So I guess all we got left to say is stay tuned.